Final Four is here, and I have my picks ready to go. Let's get into it. The Final Four weekend, one of the fun weekends of the year in the sports world. This weekend, we have pretty good matchups, two good matchups, three number ones in there, and I believe in this case a number 7 with Michigan State in the mix. I'm just gonna go quick into it and give my thoughts on it. I'll start with the opening match, the curtain jerker, as I like to say in the wrestling world. So I'm going with Duke and Michigan State at the start with that game. I'm going to go up front. I'm going to take Duke in this game, and the reason why is it's just plain and simple. I don't think Michigan State has enough firepower to handle what Duke's going to bring to them. I don't think they have anyone there that really could do anything to kind of slow down Okafor. I think he's going to have his way after having a quiet game against Utah and a pretty good game, against Gonzaga. So I think what you're going to see is Okafor exploiting them on the inside. And even if they do drop down and play something similar to what Utah did, which was like doubling them all the time, Winslow has showed, and I think also Cook has the ability to kind of take over the game. And on the perimeter, I think it's going to be a bit too much for that balance. So, I think they're going to find a way to stop Michigan State in the guard play. Trice is going to go there and he's going to be attacking the hoop. But I think I think Duke's going to slow them down, by keeping the possessions in the half court and making sure he doesn't get out and run, or at least get any penetration even in the half court set. So give me Duke in a close game, because Michigan State's going to compete, that's for sure. Michigan State always will compete. But give me Duke in the first game. And then game number 2, the one you've been waiting for, the rematch from last year. Kentucky versus Wisconsin, 2 number 1 seeds. Wisconsin's been marking this game down all year, hoping to get another shot at Kentucky. They thought they let Kentucky off the hook last year. The Harrison twins played big last year in the tournament as well as in that game. And Wisconsin had on the ropes a few times in the second half of that game where it looks like it was getting away from Kentucky. So in this game, I think Wisconsin will play a game very similar to Notre Dame. I think they're going to try to kind of be aggressive on the inside, try to get Kentucky's bigs in the foul trouble. Towns was exploited a bit on the defensive end, which is something they might be looking to try to do with Kaminsky, to see if they get switches on with him. And also on the perimeter, I think they're going to try to keep, obviously try to keep the Kentucky players in front of them, making a perimeter shooting team. I think they're a little more disciplined than Notre Dame in this case, but I think when it's all said and done, Kentucky will have the answer, and Kentucky will go on to the final to play Duke. So sorry, Wisconsin Badger fans. I know a few of you guys from the Badger State, but don't think it's happening this time around for Wisconsin. I think at this stage of the game, the level of talent, and I'm not saying Wisconsin has some talented players, but there is a level of talent that starts to show itself in these moments a lot of times. And I'm going to take Duke, Duke versus Kentucky. I think that's the matchup I think the public's been wanting to see all year. Okafor, Okafor, Jefferson going up against those boys from Kentucky. Cauley Stein, Towns, going at it. So we'll see how it plays out. I think it'll be a fun matchup. I think it's going to be one for the ages. Probably one of the best matchups we've ever seen when you put the class and the pedigree of the players and what's on the line for each side. So, from that standpoint, I would be looking forward for just a college basketball fan, to see guys that essentially you're arguably looking at about maybe 8 guys that are going to be playing the NBA, probably most of them next year. I'm pretty sure in this case, Okafor is gone. Cauley Stein's for sure gone. Towns is probably gone. 2 Harrison boys are probably gone. That's giving me 5 already. Cook is probably going to go, and Winslow I think is for sure. So I think that put me up to 7. 7 guys. I'm sure I'm missing a few more that are potential. That are going to be in the mix of the NBA draft. So everybody's going to be watching that in the basketball world. Give me, what? It's tough to say that a team goes undefeated, but I think Kentucky is on mission, and I'm gonna I might just put the whammy on Kentucky. So Wildcat fans, I'm gonna apologize ahead of time, since I did pick Villanova earlier on, and how that worked out for me. But I like Kentucky in this case to take the whole thing. A classic. I think this is going to go down as one of the best ever on Monday night. So that's where you have my picks here for my Final Four picks, man. Look forward to checking out the games over the weekend, man. Happy Easter, everyone, and be safe.